would say your blood sugar impact is probably the biggest thing. And I think that's where we miss the mark on like, how are we handling things? When you take in something that's sweet, it elevates your blood sugar level. Obviously, if you eat a Snickers, sugar is gonna be quick, but then you're gonna come down off of that mountain, if you will, and you're not just gonna hit where you started from, you're gonna go a little bit lower. And then you're gonna feel like trash. Well, then you're gonna reach for that next thing, whether that's caffeine, sugar, chocolate, social media, whatever it is, to help you kind of come back up again. So you're just not level, like you're all over the place. So you're up and down, and you're up and down, you're up and down. Over time, that creates a tremendous amount of systemic stress in your body. So you're not going to be thinking as clearly. You're going to have brain fog. Your digestion is going to be a dumpster fire. You're not going to be able to sleep at night because your systems are not able to purge and process. Long term, you're going to be taking in sugar. Your body is not going to be able to know how to shuttle it and handle it. So then you're going to have the double whammy of not feeling good and gaining weight and having insulin resistance and not being able to get it back off. It's just a nasty circle that a lot of people find themselves in because they're not resting well, they're not eating well, they're not supplementing their diet with good vitamins and minerals and that sort of thing, and they're just not paying attention to the little signals that their body's giving them that's saying, hey, I need for you to like take a break. I need for you to like just sit for a minute and like go through kind of all of these signals I'm sending you. Something's not right. So in school, they're going to struggle with paying attention. They're going to have less of an attention span, which, I mean, all kids have short attention spans, but it's going to be much, much less. But over the course of time, they're going to kind of fall victim to like every bug and germ that comes through their classroom. They're going to be sick more often. They're likely not going to be able to sustain energy levels for long periods of time. They're not going to be able to sit and concentrate. They're not going to be good test takers. They're not going to be able to sit and like complete a project or task from start to finish. Executive functioning, which is the part of your brain that says this comes before this, and then this, and then this, and you can prioritize things, is affected with long-term sugar exposure. So if you're talking about like if you were to give them an introduction to sugar as a child and then you're going to carry that through, say, college, you're just setting them up to be ineffective because they're never going to have functioned at a level that is considered optimal. They might be getting by, but they're not going to have the resiliency to bounce back from the things that are thrown at them, especially as they're getting sick and your body's in that constant state of recovery from illness or whatever. It doesn't ever have the opportunity to actually help them grow and develop like they're supposed to. So you may actually see them, over or underweight, shorter than maybe both parents, and different things like that you wouldn't necessarily think of as being attributed to nutrition. So if you're trying to find something that's going to take the place of your sugar fix, first you need to understand that this is a gradual process because you have had this hyper sweet taste sensation for so long that things that would be considered naturally sweet are not going to taste sweet to you. So you're gonna have to just kind of go into knowing that replacement process is going to be a process. It's going to take time because you're not gonna be able to just immediately go and pick up something that's going to taste the same to you as, say, your favorite sugary coffee beverage. It's not going to taste the same. But what you need to do over time are really explore your boundaries. And if you're looking for sweeteners in particular, I get the question often, okay, well, if I can't have sugar in my coffee, for example, what can I have? You've got a couple of options. You can do raw sugar, always an option. Just make sure you're limiting how much you're actually putting in there. 1 pack is sufficient, 10 packs is too much. How to use a little common sense there. You can use natural sweeteners like stevia. Stevia is great, but just make sure your stevia isn't also mixed with dextrose. You gotta read labels, you gotta get educated. What is actually in the stuff you're using? You can use monk fruit. Monk fruit's great. It is not gonna be as sweet or have the same taste as that sugary drink, but it's going to put you in a better space as far as your longevity and your overall health. If you're looking for snacks, for example, get in your kitchen. Like, we've so gotten away from actually preparing food. We're so out of touch with where our food comes from and then, preparing it ourselves. We're just missing that whole component. Get in your kitchen, involve your family. If your kids won't eat anything but the sugary candy treats that they find in the grocery stores that they want for lunch, dinner, and everywhere in between, get them in the kitchen, get them involved, have them pick out something that you guys can make together. Their involvement in making it is going to make their acceptance of it go up a lot. You're not gonna have to fight them as hard. If they took part in deciding what it was, getting the ingredients, preparing it, cooking it, baking it, whatever, you're not gonna have to beg them to eat it because they were involved in the entire process. And you just have to find 4 or 5 of those things that you can rotate through your pantry. It's not that hard. It seems hard because we've been told that the best thing we can do is just go grab something quick. You could spend less than an hour a week and have snacks for your family for the entire week. It's just, you have to do the upfront work to get there.